morning, kids. What time is that?
Let's see what the great Patrick Mahomes will do on this play.
But before we can talk about how great Patrick Mahomes is, we have a flag on the play.
Before the ball was snapped, pass interference on the defense, numbers 1, 2, and 3. By rule, the great and powerful Patrick Mahomes will elect where to place the ball. Hail Patrick Mahomes.
Okay, it's now 1st and 10 for the Chiefs. Ball is snapped.
Man, look at the way Patrick Mahomes handed off that ball. Superb technique.
But let's check out the flag on the play.
During the play, personal foul, violating Patrick Mahomes' personal bubble. The result of the play is first down, touchdown, and Chiefs win by 50 points. Hail Patrick Mahomes.
Slapdash Toys, it's the Tomlin playset.
Set it up!
And watch your kicker boot another three-pointer.
Field goal!
Comes with Coach Figure guaranteed to finish 9 and 8 every single season.
And kicked it! Another field goal!
It's the Tomlin playset, the only football toy that always goes 9 and 8. Call the shots with Coach T, rack up threes with the spring-loaded kicker, and watch old man quarterback's arm barely move.
Let me hear you all say, E-L-G-L-E-S, Eagles! Let's go, Birds!
And those guys are going to have to play.
There goes Mahomes thanking his beloved refs with a warm hug and a kiss on the lips. And there is the exchange of money we were all waiting for. Look how happy they are, folks.
The Eagles are so much better than the Eagles.
Well, there it is. Kansas has paid off the refs.
Detroit's touchdown is ruled illegal motion.
You got to be kidding me. He
You
just
tapped a card.
I know it stings right now. I know. We left plays out there. But listen up. Fellas, we may have lost, but now we're on track for 9 and 8. Yeah, 9 and 8, baby.
This is not an NFL official speaking German.
Plus, they offered to wind the clock so it really ends the game at this point. End of regulation, we'll roll to.
I'm not sure what he said there.
Stumping the whole team.
I'm getting this on video. This is wild.
Unlimited diarrhea. Unlimited.
Fehlstart, Angriff.
Oh!
5 Yards treffen.
Welcome to another train wreck episode of the Sports Dorks. Here's Bruce, Edson, and Keith for this week's news, notes, and bad takes.
Yeah, except it's not Bruce, Edson, and Keith. It's just Edson and Keith this week. Bruce actually is here, though. He is here. Look, he's 35,000 feet in the air watching us live on the Wi-Fi. You're still muted, Edson.
Okay. Oh, wow. That's good.
He's taking a shot at Chop. Chop, if you're watching, Bruce just won't let up. Bears still trapped.
What the? How could he take a shot at with the Bears?
I know.
Oh my gosh.
Packers fan, typical Packers fan.
Well, this year, I mean, this coming week will be the ultimate showdown then.
It definitely will.
Part 1.
Before we get into all the festivities of the morning, I do want to bring this up. A little bit of somber news came in this week. Former colleague of mine, Manny Rosado, I worked with at AJA Video. I've known Manny since about 2007, 2008 when he first joined the company. Just a teddy bear of a guy, a genius, one of probably the best hire AJA could have made. Was tragically had his life cut short a day before his 52nd birthday this week. It's a horrible story, a bizarre story, and it's his senseless death. And those of us who knew Manny are pretty shaken up. So I want to dedicate this to Manny because he loves sports. And as part of our job at AJA, we got to go into a lot of sports venues and work with the leagues directly a lot to sell equipment like the NHL and MLB and whatnot. And Manny was a huge, huge part of all that. And he will be missed. He was freaking awesome. Just a phenomenal human being. So before I lose it, I'm going to lose it. So let's get back to what we're talking about here. So, yeah. So it's been a busy week in sports, Edson.
Yeah, well, this week might be the perfect time for me to ask this question because Bruce isn't here to hammer on me. But what is Fetterman saying? Like, what is that point of that at the beginning of our? Is he making fun of the previous or the person who doesn't know how to spell Eagles, or is he just saying Eagles are Eagles?
That happened back when he was campaigning, a couple of years ago.
All right.
And he was still like, remember when he was first campaigning, he was still recovering from his stroke.
Oh yeah, I remember.
He was having, you could see by his face that he realized, like,
well, he said, yeah, okay.
I don't make any, but
it's good. So,
I love the smile, and he's like, the Eagles are better than the Eagles, and he just,
that's when he realized it. Okay,
yeah. It's just a great clip. I want to use it, and is, it's heavy with the Chiefs and Eagles at the beginning because they were last year's Super Bowl teams.
Yeah.
And I'm sure whoever makes it this year will get plenty of AI goofy stuff, and you can't beat the Philadelphia mayor misspelling Eagles either.
That's what I was thinking. Are those related? He was like,
kind of. I mean, it is odd that they're both Pennsylvania politicians, and they're kind of like.
I like him though. So.
Oh, I do too. I really do. He's actually one of the most down to earth people.
Yeah, he's down to earth and just says it how it is, and doesn't try to use, some kind of like covert thing to.
I concur. He's pretty straightforward and honest, and has a lot of common sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, dollars and cents actually when you think about it. So
you were saying in addition to football.
In addition to football, it has
baseball.
Yes,
rumblings or movements. I guess
there's You want to start with baseball?
Yeah, I guess we could just get through that. Or were you inferencing there's other football
I was
news?
just gonna slant this show a little local for a while.
Okay.
Because
there's more local stuff.
Yeah, there's kind of it. We've had some success around here. No surprise. The Lady Huskies are ranked number 1.
Yeah.
Undefeated. There's no shock there. But whoops. I love when I hit the wrong button.
Jeez, I didn't even realize.
Moment.
With me, I didn't even realize the men were like.
The men are ranked 5th. They were 3rd at one point, but then they played Arizona, who is now ranked 2nd in the AP and 3rd in the coaches poll. A couple weeks ago, it was like a tournament game in November.
Yeah.
It was phenomenal, and UConn lost by 4 points, probably because Terrace Reed wasn't playing, who's their leading scorer. He was injured at the time, but you can't fault them losing by 4 in a game in a powerhouse matchup like that.
Yeah, no kidding.
So they're one of the top teams in college basketball, and the UConn football team finished 9-3 this year.
That's awesome. That's a really great record.
So they're going bowling. And, they've been bowl eligible 3 of the 4 years that Jim Mora Jr. has been here. So to the naysayers like my brother, if you're watching, who said, oh, Jim Mora is a loser. What they bring you? Retread brought him in here. He's not going to do anything. It seems like it's working. I mean, I know they're independent. They're not in a big conference.
Yeah.
And, they play mostly 2nd tier ACC teams, maybe some, Pac-10 once in a while or something. But the point is, before he got here, they couldn't beat Lyman Hall High School.
That was a joke. Yeah.
They were horrible. Paul Pasqualoni, and then who was right out? Oh, then Randy Edsel came back. Could not breathe any life into that. So, I mean, they'll always be like, a bottom tier D1 team, mid tier at best. But at least they're winning.
Yeah.
So, and it's the way they built Rentschler Field, it was always, I think, with the hope that they would become a big time college football program based on the success of the basketball.
Oh, yeah.
And then they could add, because it's totally flat. It's a lower bowl with a bit of a small upper deck, but you could just build right on top of it and add 20,000 more seats easily.
Yeah.
So the way it was constructed was definitely future proofing. And of course, their hockey team's doing well in Hockey East. So UConn sports are kicking some butt.
They're really, yeah.
And for the tens and hundreds of millions of dollars they invest in those teams, they better.
I mean, not any different than most of the top-notch colleges, universities.
No, exactly. And that's people around here bitch about it, and I'm like, if you want to be in the big time and you want to win, you've got to, especially with this NIL and it's almost like free agency.
I know.
So you got to be on the level, and all these people. Dan Hurley's making millions of dollars, and Jim Moore's making it. Well, they need to.
But do you want them to be successful or not?
Exactly. They won't be able to recruit if they can't. So, whine, bitch, moan. Whine, bitch, moan. Then they'd be the first people to go, "Ooh, we suck."
I know.
So, I don't know. I kind of went back to Thanksgiving time here.
A lot of
this one, the Red Sox signed Sonny Gray, or acquired him from a trade. Like Sonny Gray, isn't he like 410 years old?
Yeah, I was curious about that. Is he a starter still?
I don't know.
Okay, yeah, I know.
I don't know. I mean, he's up there. I mean, maybe I don't know. Maybe mid inning reliever or something. Toronto solidified their pitching staff, adding Dylan Cease. Let's see who else. This is a big one. I'm happy about this one. They can have him. Devin Williams goes to the Mets from the Yankees.
Oh yeah. I saw that and I'm like, oh no, that's okay. It's
yeah.
Like, fine with it.
I know he finished up okay, but how many games did he give away in the middle of the year?
Yeah, I was fine with that.
Brutal. And Aaron Boone kept running him back out there. It's like, dude, how many times do you have to watch this? Ryan Way, Cody Ponce. Let's see.
Wow. Okay.
Miguel Rojas came back to the Dodgers. I know Bruce will probably be happy about
What
that.
a shocker there.
Yeah. Dodgers spending money? Oh my God.
World Series.
This is shocking, the Dodgers spending money. Emilio Pagan is returning to the Reds. Cedric Mullins is going to Tampa Bay.
Here we go.
Yes, this happened a couple days ago.
5-player trade. Wow.
Yeah, 5-player trade. The big players in it are Johan Oviedo from the Pirates for, how do you say that? Josh Nixon. We'll go with that. Garcia.
Let's go with Garcia.
Josh Nixon. So he's supposed to be this big power hitting prospect. He's a top 100 prospect, MLB. The problem is the Pirates keep doing this. They trade an established guy like Johan Oviedo, who on the Pirates is a fourth starter because they are pitching rich.
They're really
but a lot of teams could be a third. So he's established. He goes to Boston and they're getting back a maybe in return.
Well, most likely Garcia would become a top prospect next year, and then they'll trade him back to the Red Sox.
Right. Right. Yeah. As soon as he comes up and starts putting up numbers, the Pirates won't be able to afford him. Off he goes. So there's a couple of big free agents still out there. Kyle Tucker, Schwarber, Cody Bellinger, Alex Bregman. Alex Bregman walking away from Boston after 1 year was crazy to me.
Pete Alonso's still so the Mets didn't
Yeah, I don't think they can afford.
Okay.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if the Pirates want to make a splash, they keep saying they're going to spend money this year. They said that Red Sox trade is just the beginning.
Okay.
We'll see. You got to go. To me, you got to go get one of these people right here. These 6 names. You got to get one of them in there. Now, the thing is, none of those guys are going to want to go play at the Pirates.
Yeah, well.
Although money talks, but the Pirates.
They got to get some more talent and keep Paul Skeens.
Paul Skeens and Bubba Chandler.
Not put those guys up. Jeez.
But trading Oviedo, as a Pirates fan tells me, they're going to keep Mitch Keller.
Well,
so your top 3 will be Skeens, Bubba Chandler, Mitch Keller, and then you got Jared Jones coming back from Tommy John. He throws at 100 miles an hour too. He's a blazer. If he goes back to the way he was 2 years ago, the Pirates will have 4 unbelievable starters.
And if they could just get a couple of good hitters in the lineup,
that's it. That's all they need. That's why I say if they just go get one of these bats, then they can actually compete. They'll be a contender. Spend the money. Go get one of these bats. Get a guy who can hit the ball out of the park. So, well, I don't know. We'll see. They say they're going after Schwarber. We'll see.
Oh, okay.
The sad part is if they go get one of those names, my favorite player, who I don't ever want to retire, is Andrew McCutchen.
Oh, okay.
We'll have no room on this roster. If you go get a Schwarber can't play the field, so he takes the DH spot away from McCutchen.
Yeah.
So, and I love Andrew McCutchen. I mean, he's 38 going on 39, but I don't care. I want him to play forever.
Every time someone brings that up, I still think, oh my gosh, National League uses DH now.
I know.
I haven't gotten over that yet.
I haven't either. I liked the strategy behind, the pitcher spots coming up. Your pitcher's pitching well. You're in a 1-2 run game, sixth inning-ish. It's like, do you pull him to pinch hit and then go to your bullpen, or you leave him in? And then you have to make double switches sometimes.
Double switches, yep.
Yeah.
I always like that strategy.
I did too. Yep.
I get it. It's like more work for players, and
right. The players union wants the DH. It's look at McCutchen's extended his career by 5 years.
Yeah. I mean, then you look at that.
David Ortiz hung around forever doing that too. So, and McCutchen, you got to play 3 games in right field. Okay. And he can do it for 3 games. But it's nice to know he can sit on the bench, and he's still like the best hitter of the team.
Yeah.
His on base percentage was almost 800.
Wow.
He walks all the time. He's got such a great eye. If he didn't strike out, I mean, his strikeouts are up. But other than that, man, guy can still, and he's still got the bat speed. He was still roping it. So, all right, should we get to football?
Yep.
That's kind of what we're here for. So we got a shortened week. That's why I figured we could jam some.
Yeah.
Stuff, because we decided last week to do the Thanksgiving Day games.
Yep.
And the Black Friday game. And going forward, we're going to add Thursday into our recap.
Yep.
So I forgot to add that game.
Oh, we could just go over it, I guess.
Yeah, all right.
Afterwards.
That'll be the last one.
I mean, it's not like you have to spin the wheel for one game.
But I like it.
I understand, but I'm saying it's not a showstopper.
Oh, you know what? Before we get to this, the wheel, how'd you do last week?
3-2.
3-2. So let me edit your thing here.
It's not good.
So that makes you all right. So Bruce also went 3-2.
Yeah.
And I'm back to my old ways. I went 2-3.
I feel like Bruce should get a bonus win just for that freaking Carolina.
Thank you.
Pick. It's like, man,
I thought
he isn't here because he'd probably be appreciating the comments.
I'm serious. I thought the same thing when he sent. I went 3-2. I almost said no. You were 5-0.
Yeah, it's like picking the Carolina. Where did that come from?
I don't know.
But that is a top NFL feature that you see a lot of. That's what they say. That's why they play the games, and any given Sunday, blah blah blah. All that is true.
It is true. It is true beyond the shadow of a doubt. So Bruce and you had the same. You're still tied, 46-19.
He gets the tiebreaker so far. Remember that for the end of the year. If we're tied, he gets the tiebreaker because of that. Carolina.
The Panthers. What if you pick one like that?
All right, well then we can even, it's
although I think you're like me, you steer clear of something that looks that obviously.
I mean, mostly, but if I get desperate in the last couple of weeks, I might do that. Or if I see something, I don't know.
The only one who's going to be desperate to catch you guys will be this guy right here. Okay, I'll be the one picking.
Wonder what would happen if, like, any given week you pick all underdogs. Like, how will you do with that?
Well, I was, it's too late to do it now, but maybe for next season we should have to pick one.
Yeah, we should.
One super underdog, like one that's like a 12-point underdog every week.
Yeah.
Of course, we'll pick the same one though. We'll all have the same one because there's only usually one really bad matchup.
Well, we could just say underdogs at 6 points or more or something.
All right.
There's bound to be a couple of them. Or, I mean, there was 1 week a few weeks back where there was like lines were like over 9 for like 4 or 5 games.
Oh, I know, right?
And unfortunately, all the underdogs lost.
I say they lost a couple of those too, and they were way ahead. Let me move this out of the way. All right, so look how sparse the wheel looks.
Yeah,
we're missing 4 games here.
Gotta love that Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving there were some great games.
It was really good.
Followed up by a weekend of duds. Well, we'll start with Monday Night Football.
Speaking of duds,
a primetime game not in SoFi Stadium, but at the Giant Razor Blade.
Probably a dud.
I
really thought this would be competitive because Dart got back with the Giants, and it just seemed like their defense was really like getting much better. But they just didn't show up at all on that side of the field there.
No, I know it was,
the thing I was worried about in terms of New England was they lost a couple of their top guys on the offensive line. So I thought for sure that Giants defensive line was gonna have them running around but no, it wasn't even close. Jeez.
No, and tell me, I mean, that's 10 in a row for New England now. They're 11-2. This whole thing feels eerily familiar at this point. Like you said, these guys are going down, and it's next man up. This is history repeating itself.
That's coaching, but that's
what I'm saying.
Coaching. Yep.
That's what I'm saying. Mike Vrabel, this is like turning the Wayback Machine back to like 2003, and when Tom Brady was first coming into the league, and Bill Belichick kept preaching, next man up, do your job. Next man up, do your job. We're seeing it again.
Yep, we are.
It's downright terrifying, my friend. I don't know what else to tell you. You should be petrified. Your team division.
It's like we're gonna go back to like 10 more years of just not even sniffing it. Although I do push back on some of these so-called pundits already saying the word dynasty. No, let me see a couple years before you say dynasty, because those are hard to get. So this would be like the one that looks like it would be, but we'll have to wait and see.
These are the same national pundits, by the way, that keep calling Mike Tomlin a genius. Right after they rip apart all the schemes, they trash the schemes and then go, "But he's such a great coach."
Oh, he'll get a job right away, and he will.
Yeah, that one too. What kind of argument is that? So what? Let him. Who cares? or my favorite one: who are the Steelers going to get to replace him? Like everybody knew who he was when he came in.
Right. Yeah.
Like everybody knew who Bill Cowher was when he came in. Come on, give me a break.
That's true.
So, yeah, I think Travion Henderson's stealing that running back job for the Patriots.
Oh, yeah. Jeez. Speaking of next man up,
and the Giants lost Tracy again. I saw him go off the field. So, Tyrone Tracy comes back, boom, gone again. Yeah.
And they had some kind of issue with some kind of disciplinary issue with their top prospect there. That's already turning into another mess.
Oh, yeah.
Jeez, I think he was not benched for the whole game, but like
Abdul Carter. Yeah.
Jeez, what is going on there?
I don't think
that organization doesn't seem like them at all.
Well, and I think what you're seeing too is a guy like Abdul Carter is used to winning all the time.
I get it.
College program. Now he's dropped into this endless week-to-week hopelessness. And when you're a young guy like that, come on, we got to put ourselves sometimes back in that in a 21, 22-year-old mindset. I would probably be like, I don't want to be here anymore either. Especially when you're spoiled. You you go through college and you're king of the hill, and then you land here. And you're
That's true, but you're a top draft prospect because of that.
Well, I understand.
Certain teams need that, so I don't know.
You can't teach maturity. Yeah, and I just think he's immature, and he's used to just having it. I mean, he coasted through college.
Well, just that whole thing. I think the season hadn't even started when he was already like, "Oh, can I have Lawrence Taylor's number?" And just that alone was like, big red flag.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot about that. But you could see a little George Pickensy kind of thing going on there, a little. So, yeah, I mean, they're supposed to vet these guys and for their character, but I don't know. But the Giants are a mess. They just, they're out. They got the calendar and they're going, all right, how many more days till this is over? And then they can get back to the drawing board, get a coach in there, start over, get ready for the draft. I think Joe Shine as GM needs to go too. I just think he does.
Yeah.
You're probably going to want a new coach who's going to want his own GM in there too.
Maybe they'll get Mike Tomlin.
That's the heavy rumor right now is the Steelers might trade Tomlin over there because Tomlin has 2 years left on his deal.
Oh, okay.
Now, every Giants fan I talk to, guess what they say?
Yeah, they're all for it.
No.
Okay.
They go, no, we don't want to be 9-8 every year. I swear to God.
To
God.
But this is how you sell it to them. Okay, you get 9-8 for a few seasons because it's definitely a big improvement. Then you think about what you're going to do next.
Right. In the interim.
Get to the 98. Get to the 500 first.
And while you're doing that, look for somebody else, right?
Should be.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I wish they unloaded him on the Bears. The Bears wanted Tomlin last year, and they didn't do it. I know.
Oh, my gosh. Speaking of dud again.
So, the Sam Darnold Revenge Bowl. Boy, if Minnesota wanted to double check if they made the right decision, he put the nail in the coffin on that one.
The thing of it was, I mean, I haven't looked at the stuff. I don't think statistically he was that.
No, he wasn't.
Because he didn't need to. Not because I'm getting on his case, but he didn't need to be. It's like their defense just shut the door on everything that Minnesota was trying. Of course, they had their fourth quarterback now.
Max Brosmer started, and 4 picks. How many? He took 4 sacks, 4 picks.
Wow.
Did he fumble? I thought he fumbled one too. Did he fumble one? Aaron Jones fumbled one away. So, they were just Minnesota's a mess.
Hard for me to see whether I know Seattle's defense is decent. Hard for me to see just how good they are with this game because you don't know.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. I mean, what can you say about the Vikings except that Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison have got to be livid.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
But
you don't hear about them, you don't hear about them, the pouting and stuff like that, like you hear from some players.
No, I've seen visible frustration with Jefferson.
Yeah, I mean, frustration is very natural, but it's not.
But yeah, you're right. They're not running to the media and throwing people under the bus. And I think that shows respect for Kevin O'Connell as a head coach.
Yep.
I'm sure guys like all those guys, Addison, Hawkinson, even Aaron Jones, they're all veterans. They understand sometimes you have to have a season like this. These things just happen. And they put all their hopes on McCarthy. And it's just not panning out for him. So I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do in the offseason. I mean, part of me says you got to give McCarthy more time. He's only
that's what I was going to say.
But can you afford another season?
I don't know.
Because Jefferson and Addison, they're not getting any younger every year that goes by. And, the shelf life of an NFL player is not long. So you've got to strike while you've got the weapons. And this is kind of a team built to win now. All they need is a quarterback. So I don't know.
I mean, basically, barring injury, they have to have McCarthy play the rest of the season and see if there's any hope there to salvage.
Yeah, I agree. And to your point, Sam, not spectacular, but a clean game. No turnovers. He did take 4.
Yeah, he didn't give it away or anything like that.
No. And this is the time of year where he starts to he goes from a squash to a pumpkin.
I mean, it's a foregone conclusion that they're going to make the playoffs, and that first playoff game will be the one that I really want to look to see what happens with him.
Just like last year. I mean, last year is when he folded up like a cheap tent in the playoffs. Yeah. Terrible. So, yeah. All right. Well, Seattle keeps on rolling, and the Vikings are in lots of deep doo-doo. It's a shame. I have a friend out in California who's a big Vikings fan, and he's pissed after last year. He's got to be pissed. But they seem to be that way. They have a good year, then a shitty year, then a good year, then a shitty year.
Geez, that's 3 straight games in a row.
You hear how I'm laughing? That was me the other day.
Oh, okay. As you were watching it?
Yes.
I mean, I picked Buffalo to win, but I didn't think it was going to be like that. Holy cow.
I did.
In Pittsburgh?
I did. In
it's
fact,
almost like they just gave up.
Weren't prepared. had a poor scheme. What else can we say?
But then gave up like pretty earlier, I guess. After
Well,
they were instead of making adjustments and stuff, just
I texted my brother at halftime and I said, here comes the blowout in the second half. Because they do not adjust. They do not adjust. And I'm sure you've heard it by now that the Bills ran the same play 29 times.
it's crazy. That's crazy.
Each one was for positive yardage.
And again, you see their best player, Josh Allen, not great numbers.
He didn't have to. James Cook.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Is
James Cook ran through the A gap 29 times. He had 60 yards before he was touched in that game.
Wow.
The Steelers are inept. They're so poorly coached. And this is what killed me. And this is what kills me about the national pundits. Even Tony Romo would sit there and pick apart the defensive scheming and how bad it was and how bad the tackling was and the pursuits were, and then say, but Mike Tomlin's such a great coach.
It's almost like
you can't, that's a non-qualifier. You can't do that. You can't rip apart the scheming and the coaching and then say he's a great coach. Because he's not. He never was. He's a good coach.
And Buffalo, I don't consider their defense top notch, but man, they didn't even have to do that much. Like,
and may I also add that Buffalo was missing their starting tackles. This is the third or fourth time this year the Steelers have gone up against backup tackles and TJ.
Oh, right. I remember the Charger game that they couldn't get to Herbert.
And the Bears, and TJ Watt has done nothing. They gave him $41 million. He's done nothing. I don't want to hear it. Myles Garrett doesn't have this problem. I don't want to hear, oh, he's double teamed, he's chipped. He's like, no. And that's part of the scheming, too, is they don't do anything to move him around or disguise him. He just keeps running around the end, and he's clearly lost a step because he can't blow around the tackle as fast as he used to. So now they get him, and he's not the biggest guy. So they handle him. That's it.
And the thing is, the situation the Steelers are in, they're in a competition. They're not out of anything. They're in an actual competitive division. So it's not like you have any.
They're not out of anything, but they are out of everything.
No, I meant like there's no reason to like just mail it in. Is what I'm saying. You're in it. You can get to the playoffs if you put it in. Put the work in.
There's the word I would use to describe the Pittsburgh Steelers is soft.
Yeah. All right.
And here's what's most emblematic about it. Cam Hayward was whining after the game that Josh Allen, I got beat up by their quarterback.
Wow.
When the defensive tackle is whining about getting manhandled by the quarterback on the other team,
jeez,
you've become official pussies.
Yeah.
Sorry. And you got Rodgers doing his bit. And then, of course, Rodgers throws like the entire wide receiving core under the bus.
Oh, yeah. You saw that coming eventually.
Says that they don't come to film sessions. That's why they don't run the right route.
You knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
So my question then is, because I've seen people breaking down film that he's missing wide open guys. So are they running the wrong routes, or are you missing wide open guys?
Obviously, that's what he's saying, that they're running the wrong routes.
And I would like to think that Tomlin's not that. I mean, I know he lacks discipline. He's always let the inmates run his asylum. But you have guys missing film sessions and they're not being benched or fined or both. I find that hard to believe. I would think Tomlin would at least discipline them for not coming to film sessions. So
yeah, and that's how it should be handled. If this is true, then it's not coming to the media. It's having a meeting with Tomlin. It's like, look, either give me the power or you do it. You got to get these guys in there and you miss one meeting, you're out the next game. It's like you got to do something.
He singled out Jonnu Smith
as
one of them, in which he late in the game, he threw a ball into the end zone. He expected Jonnu to run a post, and he broke out, and Rodgers threw it to the post. Or was it vice versa? I don't remember. But it landed in no man's land, and he started screaming at Jonnu Smith over it. Bottom line is, I never wanted that shitbag on this team. I can't stand him, and I can't wait till he's gone. He's totally washed up. He's terrible. He's terrible. So I thought he was done when he took that sack. Joey Bosa jumped on his back and broke his. It looked like he broke his nose, and he's grabbing his wrist again. And it's like, just get him out of here. Guy is so toast, and he just sucks. So on the other side of the ball, the Bills did what they have to do. I expected the Bills to do this. The Bills' backs were against the wall, and they showed up.
Yep,
they balled out, and they're not great, but what's that saying? I've heard John Facenda say it on NFL Films a million times. Was it great teams don't always have to be great?
Right.
They just have to be great when they have to.
Yeah.
And that's what the Bills are doing. They have to be. Like their backs are against the wall. They're in big trouble. With the Patriots are running away with the division.
Yep.
Yeah. So
it's on the road for the playoffs with them.
Looks that way. Looks that way. Unless there's a epic collapse in the last 5 weeks. So we'll see. But yeah, that game kind of turned out the way I thought it would, and it was just ugly. I mean, I've never seen a team run the same play 29 times for positive gain. And that shows you there's no in-game adjustments. There's nothing being done. There's just nothing being done. And James Harrison didn't stroke out. I thought for sure he was going to stroke out this week. He stayed calm. He stayed calm, but he did call for Tomlin's head. And so
he probably was like you. He expected that to happen.
He said, "I'm not gonna lose it this week. I'm going to try to stay calm." But tons of ex-players are now saying it's time. Even Roethlisberger said it's time. It's time to make a change. You've got to do a wholesale change. The problem is with the draft in Pittsburgh this year, I don't think they're going to.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Which they should, because that's when you do it. When you get fresh blood in there and you start anew with the whatever. All right, let's talk about this game. This game was the only real 1:00 game I was interested in.
This was the one where we talked about off air about picking underdog. I should have done, like, my instincts screamed at me to pick underdogs here, and I totally didn't do it. But that should have been the one.
Yeah,
because all the signs were there. Like, not that it was a blowout. It was a close game. You knew it was going to be a close game, but what is going on? I mean, talk about two teams that are just like on opposite trajectories. Yeah, I mean, Houston's hitting it just when at the right time, and unfortunately, the Colts. I don't know what's going to happen with them.
We like to say too, like, it's a short season. My God, football season goes by so fast, but it's really a long season.
Yeah.
And it's a marathon, not a sprint. And these two teams are showing you exactly that. The Colts were running away with this division. Yeah. The Texans were 2-5 dead and buried.
Unbelievable.
Put some dirt on them. It's over. They're back. And they're one game out of first, and Jacksonville is now tied with the Colts.
Right.
All this happening. So, I mean, Houston, despite their offensive line, is really coming together. That defense.
The defense has always been top notch, but I am very pleasantly surprised or impressed at how what they're doing with the offense. Like, are they like just running plays which keeps him on the move ahead of time? I don't know. Roll out plays. I got to watch them a lot more in the coming weeks, because they're kind of disguising that offensive line, or the offensive line is just kind of more coming together. I don't know.
It's funny too. When I was watching it, I went to the gym and it was on there, and I'm watching it, and I was like, "Boy, Houston's been on TV a lot around here this year. They really have." Oh, really? Oh,
wait, what? Oh,
sorry about that. Is that Bruce's fault? Well, we're going to blame Bruce because he's not here.
Well, yeah, for sure. I mean, he could have forwarded the email.
He could. Yeah, that's what he usually does, I think. Anyway, well, we'll suss that out during the week for next week for sure. Yeah, Stroud's looking good. The whole team's looking good. Davis Mills goes in there, wins 3 games in a row. But that was it Willie Anderson and the other guy there? What's his face? I don't see him on here. Where is he? The other defensive lineman. Here he is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Hunter. My God. I mean, these guys, they're right there with Denver as far as.
Yep. for sure.
Top 2 defenses in the league. And on the other side, Daniel Jones, you'd like to say he's reverting back to Daniel Jones, but he is playing with a broken fibula or a fractured fibula. He's had it for 3 weeks now.
Jeez.
So he's basically on one stick, which is why you're seeing these kind of totals out of him. No
I mean,
rush.
he's okay running, yeah, but he's not being horrible. I mean, he's not throwing tons of interceptions or anything like that. But
the threat of him running,
right?
So being a dual threat quarterback in that kind of offense with Jonathan Taylor makes a huge difference. And oh, by the way, every game he's not hit 100 yards, they've lost.
And you see this happening where someone just kind of becomes the front runner of the league, and the defenses start shifting over towards there, and then you see what would be the counter shift, but it's not happening with the Colts. They all their opposing defenses are homing in on Taylor and like, okay, beat us with something else then.
Right, and that something else used to be Jones. He had the RPO. You can run pass option. He could take off.
But like you said, he's injured. At this point, would it be? Are they being irresponsible for not having a backup? I don't even know who their backup is, but
who is their backup?
Playing so injured, it's like, are you just gonna make things worse? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's not broken. It's fractured.
I know.
I don't know who's on their depth chart. I don't feel like digging for it, but who is their backup? Is it Gardner Minshew?
Oh, that might be.
Where is he now? That guy keeps changing. But it's going to be a dogfight the rest of the way in that division for sure. I'm starting to think the Texans might take it.
Oh, all right. So that's why their draft pick Richardson's on injured reserve.
Oh, that's
why.
right.
But he's on injured reserve though, so he's not backup.
That's right. I forgot they had him.
Some rookie called Riley Leonard. I've never heard of him. Riley Leonard. I don't know.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. I forgot about Anthony Richardson.
Yeah, and you would think that he would be the backup, but
yeah.
How the heck did he get an injury? Oh, it must have been preseason, I guess.
That's right. I remember he got hurt in the preseason.
Okay.
Was it ACL maybe or something? It was pretty bad. Yeah. Chargers keep on charging. Raiders
I was
completely
shocked. Obviously, I thought the Chargers would win, but geez, on a division game, every week the Raiders keep telling me just how
piss poor they are.
Like, it's almost like so flabbergasted that how they could be this bad though. There just doesn't seem to be any kind of redeeming parts of that team.
No. In how many weeks now have the three of us, or when Chop and Josiah are here, we all have said it's time to sit Geno down and
Another
go
5 sacks. Wow.
5 more sacks. Like, this is a guy he's mobile.
He's mobile. Yes, he's definitely mobile.
Yeah. But when I've watched the Raiders a few times, he just doesn't. He's all out of sorts. Like, he almost looks like he doesn't know when to run. He's afraid to throw. Something's wrong. Geno's back in Geno's head. I would sit him, put in Kenny Pickett, maybe even for the rest of the year. Just pack it in. This is a mess, and it's a shame to see Pete Carroll just so non-competitive. That offensive line is pure trash.
That's the problem.
They're going to get Genty killed. Genty's getting whacked behind the line of scrimmage over and over again.
And I'm kind of shocked. Not that I think Genty's a good player, but I'm kind of shocked that they went with him instead of he's just Carroll, like, he knows the ins and outs of he's not new to football. You would think that he would start with the lines and he'd know that, but
no, but I think this was more of the organization.
Okay. All right.
Trying to look, we screwed up. We let Josh Jacobs get out the door.
I get it.
We got to get a franchise back in here and build around that again. Huge mistake, because a lot of the success Josh Jacobs had was also because he had Carr back there throwing the ball. So they're just a mess. I mean, they're receiving. They don't even have any.
Well, they're wasting Brock Bowers for sure.
Brock Bowers. I mean, look at this. It's just, aside from Tyler Lockett, you don't really recognize anybody else.
Whatever small parts of games that I've seen, every time that goes back for Brock Bowers somehow gets open every single time, and I'm not sure how.
Amazing.
But other than that, I don't know about anybody.
And
a lot of the times he gets open, but Gino's like already going down by the time he spots him. So.
And Max Crosby's clearly frustrated. You see him like he threw Herbert down after a whistle last week.
Yeah, that was
Herbert was jawing at him, and he just took him and threw him down. So it's a mess in Vegas. And as Bruce likes to point out, they don't even have a fan base really. So I feel bad. The Chargers, they got Kimani Vidal back this week, 126 yards on the ground. They're due to get Harmon back anytime now, too, right?
That's good.
So the Chargers are starting to get healthy again. They got Herbert back.
Although Herbert is also playing hurt, too.
He's playing hurt, but he's healthy enough to play again.
Yeah.
Because the last thing you want is Trey Lance in there.
I get it.
That one's still a head scratcher. Why Jim Harbaugh would even want Trey Lance on that team? It kind of reminds me of the Ravens starter backup situation in reverse, right? So in Baltimore, you got Lamar, who's a world-class athlete, runs all over the place. And his backup is, what's his name from the Cowboys? Cooper Rush.
Cooper Rush, which was
who's a potted plant, right? He's just total opposite playing style. And now in Chargers, your starting quarterback is Herbert, who's, he's mobile enough.
No, he's a little bit mobile, yeah.
But he's not a run first kind,
no.
not a Lamar kind of guy. He can scramble when need be, but he wants to throw the ball downfield. Then you get Trey Lance in there, who's just like useless as a passer. This is a team where if you had a Gardner Minshew or somebody like that behind Herbert, that would make more sense to me. Or Cooper Rush, put Cooper Rush behind Herbert. Yeah. So, and Trey Lance is just awful. I don't know why any team would even want him.
I think I don't know. He's gone through a bunch of teams who think they somehow have the magic.
I'm going to fix this guy.
Yeah, like he came out so talented. There's got to be a way to get it to work. But
he was the number 3 pick.
Yeah. So
and he's been on how many teams now? Where's his career stats?
They can't seem to want to accept that.
Look at this. He's on his 4th team in 4 years. He's like Kenny Pickett. Yeah. Yep. I don't know. The 49ers traded up to pick him too. That was mind-boggling that John Lynch would do something like that. That is crazy.
He must have seen something, but I don't know what.
Well, they also saw pretty quickly this ain't gonna work and got rid of it.
I mean, I do respect that organization for recognizing.
Yeah, exactly. The Raiders, they're gonna take the Raiders out to the desert and throw them in a hole.
Wow.
Oh, we almost hit on those aforementioned. Wow, was this a game?
I was like, holy cow! Without Daniels and
no, I had this set to be like a boring game in my head.
So did I, but
I had it on as like background noise while I was doing things, and then I just ended up sitting there glued to it.
Well, when it got to like late third quarter, I'm like, okay, I got to sit down and watch this.
That's exactly where I started.
Wow, what the heck?
Yeah. Hey, give Washington credit. They really hung in there. And Denver's not. They have offensive problems. But
yeah, they're fine on defense, but offensively, they still have a lot of.
What I was shocked at is the defense.
3 and outs.
The Denver defense couldn't stop Mariota.
They couldn't stop him from coming down over and over again.
Over and over again. Yeah.
Wow, he threw 50 passes. Wow.
Yeah. In the second half there was just crazy. It was just shocking to watch Denver get gutted like that.
Yeah.
And they couldn't get any pressure really on Mariota either. They sacked him twice, but like, hey, and what's his face going for the win there? Dan Quinn going for the win at the end with the 2-point conversion. And
I agree with that.
I did too. Your season's over. Why not? But you have that's where you're in spoiler mode, right? You have a chance to like hurt another playoff team. But wow, like, and that play was right there for him. It's like got batted down. But other than that, it was just such a great game, fun game to watch. And I love when it's a you don't expect a lot out of a game, and then you end up like
riveted,
right? And just classic back and forth,
Yeah, and the Denver offense seems to be designed around just like do just enough to squeak out a win, no matter who the opponent.
Yeah,
because we don't want to give the game away because we have this really good defense that's always going to keep us there. So just do play it safe until you need to. I don't know. It seems to be that way.
Yeah, and their running attack lacks. It kind of reminds me
for
of those
sure.
The Elway years where it had to be John Elway and his wide receivers that won the game, and kind of felt that way this week too. But boy, Zach Ertz in that second half, huh?
He was speaking. I was saying Brock Bowers and Zach Ertz, same thing. Every time you looked, he was wide open.
The old man Zach Ertz kept these, and some of them were just phenomenal catches, man.
They were, yeah.
I mean, he was getting, as soon as he caught it, he'd get hit, or he's doing these great, squeezing into a tight window. And I got to give Marcus Mariota played a phenomenal game. I feel bad that he lost it because that's one of the best games I've ever seen that kid play. But
and he ran for 55 yards too. So
yeah. It was just scary. Terry McLaurin made one. Oh my God, he made one awesome catch on fourth down. It was yeah. It was just what a game. I mean, just what else can you say? And it was, to me, it was a shame because I'm watching it and I'm thinking, this is what I thought Washington was going to be this year.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Definitely not a snooze bowl.
Definitely. And their defense seemed to go back to the way that the defense was last year, which seemed to have gone away this season, but they seem to be leveling out.
You read my mind. I was going to say the Washington defense showed up, and that's what made me think when I'm watching this game in the second half, I'm like, this is who I thought the Redskins were going to be. And imagine if they had Daniels, maybe they win that game.
Oh yeah.
Although Mariota played awesome. What
you cannot complain about Mariota's play at all.
Not at all.
Certainly didn't lose the game or
no, not at all. And Bo Nix finally Bo Nixed to me. This is the game we expect every week out of Bo Nix. 300 yards passing. I don't expect the interception, but you expect the big passing numbers out of him. And I think that's been the problem with their offense. They can't run the ball, and he's throwing for paltry numbers, and they're doing just enough to win these games. And they did just enough to win a game again, but in a different way this time.
I think Peyton wants him to be like a run first, big defense type team. But you're going to have these games where you have to just forget that, and he's got to ball it out.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Denver looks for a bell cow running back in the draft this year. They don't seem to have that. Look out. Look out. The Dolphins are coming.
Yeah.
Patriots.
Too little, too late. And they almost let this one go too. They had this game I don't know, had it easily in hand, and they kind of and I know you got to give
the Saints.
I was going to say I know the Saints, but I was going to Shuck. You got to give them credit for it too, but the Dolphins kind of just let him come back into it, and I don't know what they were doing on defense. Just almost gave the game. I mean, this he was going in for the tie, and instead it went the other way for a 2-point conversion the other way.
Yeah,
that's why you get the 21-17.
Yeah, Minka had the pick 2. Minka's having a good year. That trade's looking bad now for Pittsburgh.
But I don't know how their defense kind of let this team come back. I think they were up 19-6 or something like that, and then they kind of
16-8 at one point.
Okay. No, it was they had him shut out, is what I'm trying to say. It was
that's right. They were shut out.
They were having him shut out, and then all of a sudden they get that one touchdown, and it's then it kind of spur them on, and it's what the heck?
Well, and that's symptomatic of a team that really doesn't know how to win.
Yeah, I know.
So the Dolphins, they get punched in the mouth, and then they start.
Oh, what do we do now?
They start reeling a little bit. Yeah, but they caught themselves. The questions I have around the Dolphins are they're probably going to end up around 500.
Yep.
Somehow. What do you do with the coach? Because it looked like this could be it for him at the beginning of the year. And now if they scratch and claw their way somewhere around 500, do you bring him back again? I think it's time to tear it down and start over there.
The problem is I was on record of being completely against this when they gave Tua that new contract. I'm like, no, that was a big mistake. But whatever.
Yeah, well, you could have.
So I don't know how they're gonna be able to. I don't know. Start over with like that much money sunk into.
They do have
a possible quarterback.
Salary cap issues because Tua has not, much like not Justin Herbert. What's his name in Jacksonville? Trevor Lawrence.
Oh yeah.
Not looking like a 1-1. Tua wasn't a 1-1, but he was a first rounder and just waiting for that next level play. And like 2 years ago, it looked like he's there.
He was doing, but that was with Tyreek Hill actually into the game, trying before he kind of just mailed it in. And they do have that one bright spot, which a lot of teams would love to have now. And I'm surprised someone didn't go after him. And during the trade deadline, Etienne is like just keeps
Devin Etienne's
like you just mentioned Denver. It's like Denver probably needed somebody like him.
The pieces are there, and the fact that the Dolphins held on to some of them.
Yeah, and they held on to Waddle.
They made the offseason deal to get Fitzpatrick back and gave up Jonnu Smith and Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah, but
then you lose Tyreek Hill, who was checked out. But then again, they go on a streak like this. Does he check in?
Does he? Yeah. Does he? Yeah. Back into it.
But they've kept Waddle. They kept Etienne. They've kept pieces there, which means that it tells me that they have a plan going forward, I think, and they plan on being competitive in the future. I'm just not sure that coach is the right guy.
Let's see what if it's going to be with this coach, though. That's
Yeah. And don't forget, they got Darren Waller out of retirement.
Yep.
I'm thinking Darren Waller, I mean, that guy he was like one of the best tight ends in football, if not the best at one point. He's not that old. He took a year off. If he's still, I think, finding his feet. And of course, they've had struggles this year. Maybe with a different quarterback if they bring one in. I don't know. But next year, Darren Waller could return to Darren. Why can't I say his name? Darren Waller form. Of 3-4 years ago. Who knows?
Yeah.
I've seen grumblings out there because Trevor Lawrence's contract is due up. That they might make a Tua for Trevor 1-for-1. Rumors are rumors,
and that'd be kind of perfect because they both still stay in Florida.
They stay, and they're both having the same kind of career trajectory right now, where they're not quite what they were supposed to be coming out of school. Maybe a change of scenery for each one fixes them. Maybe. Wow. I don't know. That would be interesting. That's interesting to think about.
That would be interesting to see what would happen to each one on the other side.
As far as the Saints go, they're a 2-win team, but they're not a 2-win team. Like
they haven't given up. They
play hard. They're in every game, and while they are a hodgepodge of nothingness, I think they've got the right coaches, like the front office and the coaching staff are the right fit. And now it's just you've got to just fix all the broken pieces. And I think that starts. You've got to, and it's going to hurt Saints fans, but like Alvin Kamara, while he's still worth something, trade him.
Yeah, they should have done that.
They should have done it at the deadline. He's hurt right now, but if he comes back and plays well in the last game or two, you've got to trade him in the offseason while he still has some value. Because I think, what is he, 29, 30 years old? Doesn't have a lot of time left, and he's a Swiss Army knife. Maybe even Chris Olave. Like, you've got to get draft capital back and fix this situation.
I think so far I like what I see out of the small sample size. This quarterback, though, I think they might have somebody.
I think they do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Tua.
That's definitely Tua for sure.
Yeah, I agree, and I think what they're drilling it into Tua's head to be careful.
I know, and then you're being timid, and
right. Well, nobody wants to see him get hit again.
No, I definitely don't.
When he was laying there on the turf a few years ago, all contorted. That was horrifying to look at. I mean, I was like, oh my God. That was like, my heart was in my throat. That was disgusting to look at.
And I hope that doesn't, I know we didn't mention this and I should have, I hope that doesn't happen to somebody like Jackson Dart. Because the Giants seem to have a lot of planned plays for him to run, not just scrambles, but planned plays to him.
Well, and worse,
did
you see his press conference?
Yeah.
Said, like, you've got to stop. And he's like, that's how I play. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'll get hit and I don't care.
He's got to realize this is the NFL.
Like, bro, you are not in college anymore. Yeah. Like, someone's going to take your head off. You're going to have a 2-year career if you don't watch it. This game happened, Edson.
Another game where two teams, perfect teams, play the hot potato. No, you take it. No, you take it. And it was like,
Justin, that was a game. Yeah, I mean, what can you say about this except what you like to say? Who could figure these Falcons out?
I could say they were competitive, but in the end, they figured out another way to give it away. And this one consisted from special teams. I don't know I don't know the guy's name, but it's like, well, let's decide to try to catch the ball within the 5-yard line, which is like the rule number 1 of not doing.
You let the kick go over your head. Yeah.
So
it's amazing to me when you're like, this is your job. You're a special teams guy. You're a kick returner. You have one job, and you have all week. They go over every possible scenario to the point where you're like, you're puking it out in your sleep, and yet they go out there and vapor lock and make these dumb mistakes. And I guess that's part of being a human being on a big stage in front of 80,000 people. The ball's coming, and a lot of times it's your hubris. You want to make something happen.
Yep.
But yeah, and give credits to the Jets. I mean, they
hung
the
ball. They definitely moved the ball. Taylor obviously was the right choice to put in over
Justin Fields.
He definitely should start the rest of the year, barring injury. But we'll see what they can do. Obviously, they're not going to go anywhere, but they got to start building something. And if they're going to start it with some of these players like Breece Hall and I already forgot his name. With is he injured?
Yeah, Garrett Wilson.
If it starts with those two players, you gotta their biggest question mark is where to go with the quarterback. So
yeah, they kept him. Breece Hall demanded a trade at the deadline.
Yeah, I know.
So they clearly sat him down and said, no, you're in our long-term plans,
right?
And so is Garrett Wilson, who was not happy last year. The problem is, do you expect the Jets to draft a quarterback in the first round and then develop that?
That's I haven't seen that capability from them. Do both of those things right?
Chad Pennington, they haven't been able to develop a quarterback. So
you gotta get somebody who can do it though.
The guy they got back from, was it Dallas in one of those trades? Oh no, the Colts. They got the Colts. Adonai Mitchell. He's starting to finally work
getting
out.
His second chance because he's the guy who gave that game away with the Colts by dropping the ball just before he got to the end zone, and they would have won that game.
Yeah.
So he's kind of making full advantage of his second chance.
Well, he was looking early on like he couldn't really grasp the offense. Like the timing was off and that could have been Fields too, but it looks like it finally clicked this week, 100 yards in the air. And Mason Taylor, who's Jason Taylor's son, is no slouch. He's a decent receiver. And I think, as a third down over the middle kind of guy going forward, he should be okay. The other side of the ball, the Falcons are a mess.
Holy cow.
They shouldn't be, but they are. I think Raheem Morris is getting a pink slip at the end of the year for this.
I mean, you got to do something there. It's a coaching thing when you consistently find ways to lose that are way out there.
And Cousins didn't play awful.
No, he didn't actually.
Earlier in the year, Penix was hot and cold, but this is a team in that division. That division is probably going to be a 9-7, maybe 10 or 10-7, maybe a 9-8 to win that division right now.
Yeah.
You know, and the Falcons just kind of pissed it away. They just they have too much talent to be this bad. Is my point. I think that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. They can't be like wasting the talent. Like they can't be wasting the talent like this. You obviously need a change of like probably both coach and GM.
Yeah. And Arthur Blank, one thing we know is he won't sit still. He'll
that's for sure.
He'll try to fix it pretty quickly. Because there's just way too much talent on that team to be 4-8 and giving games away the way they give them away. It's just
that's the thing. It's like you have to try it to lose and to come up with ways of doing this.
Right. I mean, at the beginning of the year was that Koo, the kicker. By the way, Koo, what was his name? Jawan Koo or whatever his name is, the kicker.
Yeah.
The Falcons cut him. They've had like 4 kickers this year. The Falcons. He goes to the Giants. Did you see that weird kick?
Yeah.
I forgot
to bring that up.
Yeah.
He was trying to kick the grass.
He said the ball was wobbling. I think, and we were talking about it this week at work. It looked to me like his plant foot landed too close to the ball. Then when he swung his leg, he was going to kick the holder. So that's why he did that. But he made it up that the ball was moving. You look at the ball; it's a clean hold.
I think it was a clean hold. I don't know. He just kind of misstepped.
Yeah, he misstepped and he landed too close to the ball with his plant foot. So when he was going to swing his right leg down, it was going to kick the holder.
It reminds me when
that embarrassment, he just stuck his toe in the ground.
Yeah, that would be. Reminds me when I was trying to be a bowler and I would like get my misstep and then I would release the ball at the wrong step and the thing would just go nowhere. You kind of had to consciously think about how to get that back.
I remember when we were all bowling in that league, back as teenagers, and
that's why
Angelo would get his thumb stuck in the ball.
Oh, well, there's another one.
Straight up in the air and come crashing down.
We should try that again these days.
Oh, I'd love to. I'd love to get in a bowling league. Oh boy, Tampa in the game. Yeah, this was another one. Boy, the Buccaneers, they're just so snake bitten this year. They came out, shot out of a cannon at the beginning of the year, looking great. And now it's been scratch and claw, grab, hold, whatever you got to do. But they're doing it. They're doing it.
You did see some of the signs of that might be coming early in the year because they kept winning games at the last.
That's a good
session.
point.
So you think they didn't give them a lot of like leeway to a lot of room for error, and now then when you start having the injuries pile up, you might have seen this coming. You're just hoping it wouldn't happen. And then is Mayfield still? I mean, he must still be recovering from something.
Yeah, Mayfield still got he's got a sprained
like his left
AC joint or something in his non-throwing shoulder.
Yeah. Okay.
But they got Bucky Irving back this week.
Yes.
Paid immediate dividends. What's Mayfield? Here he is. Look, Mayfield 6 rushes for 27 yards with a bad wing. That's just
not bad.
No, but it's like, what are you doing? You're going to get hit when you run.
That's bad.
You become a running back, you're fair game. Godwin making his way back. He came back, a week ago?
They're starting to get the guys back just in time.
Just in time. We'll see. But you're right. I forgot they were it was because Mayfield was playing out of his rear end 4 or 5 weeks. MVP level, and he's since tapered off. On the other side, Jacoby Brissett, every week.
He's definitely doing his part to give this team a chance to win. And they're competitive every single week. They don't get blown out. They're in the most competitive division probably in the league. So,
I think they've lost all but they've lost 9 games, and I think 7 are by
3 points or less, maybe
5 points or less. Something like that. Yeah. I mean, they're on their 3rd string running back, Bam Knight, because DeMarcado's out and James Conner's gone for the year. But talk about tight ends, that Trey McBride.
Oh yeah.
He's a world-class tight end, and you got Marvin Harrison's back. So, I mean, there are weapons on this team. And I was listening to NFL radio yesterday, and the big discussion is, they're probably going to cut ties with Kyler Murray at the end of the year. I think he's due for his arbitration year, maybe.
Yeah.
And it's so do you pick up the option, that 1 year option, or you just get rid of him? And I think they're just going to trade him.
I don't think they're going to pick up the option.
No, I think they're going to try to trade him instead of paying for the option. And then, maybe you go in with Brissett again next year.
Yeah.
Brissett's always been a solid backup. I mean, he's not going to blow you away, but like these numbers he's putting up with the Cardinals
it's really good.
It's crazy. I've never seen him play like this consistently. He's done this 5-6 weeks in a row now, right?
Yeah.
Maybe 7.
Wonder if the Jets would be interested in Murray.
I wonder.
It might not be a good fit for him if he's still underdeveloped, and you don't go to an organization that doesn't do well with that. Well, I don't know.
Yeah, and he's on the shorter side, so you get that.
That's true.
Can't see over the offensive line, so he has trouble throwing down the middle of the field. I don't know. I mean, Kyler Murray was always he always just seemed like Dollar Tree Russell Wilson to me. So I don't know. But the Cardinals have a lot of work to do, and it sucks because they're close. They're close, but like a lot of teams, the position they're lacking the most is quarterback, and they've got to fix that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're so competitive, and they're just right there. Who knows? I mean, maybe next year is that year that all comes together for them. Sometimes it just takes an extra year or two, and then it just gels.
Yeah, and Tampa Bay, just going back to them real quick, they're in a division where they can kind of afford to meander for a little bit, and still win that playoff spot, and then maybe get fully healthy by the time they hit the playoffs. I don't know.
Yeah, well, it's kind of looking that way. I don't know. When's Evans due back?
I know. I gotta
any time now. I would think, right? I think it was like 6 to 8 weeks, so it's got to be getting close. I think he went out like week 4. All right, don't look now, but here come the Jacksonville Jaguars too.
Yeah,
and boy, what a difference a coach makes, huh?
This kind of like they really went under the radar with me personally. It was like I had like just
you and everybody.
Well, I just thought they were like, no, they're not going to do anything. And wow, it's just, and they have a really big game coming up against the Colts now. So
yeah,
they got it in their hands to that division now, which is a division I didn't really think too highly of, is now might have multiple teams make the playoffs.
No, I think it was a pretty consensus that the South in both conferences was the worst.
Yeah.
And now it looks like the AFC North might be the worst. And it's still the NFC South. But
yeah, it's still the South.
Although the NFC East ain't great either.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, the NFC least. But Lawrence, as long as Lawrence doesn't throw picks,
right,
this team will be okay. It's when he gets in and he's one of those guys that throws picks in clusters. He doesn't throw one.
Yeah, once you start,
he throws 3 or 4. Like, yeah, once he throws one, especially if it's early in the game, it's gonna.
Yeah. Then he starts to try to make up for that one, and there's another one. Oh, then you got to make up for 2 of them. So you got to
weird, more. Like he gets in his own head or something.
And their defense is so sneaky good too.
They really are. They really are. And this is without Travis Hunter, who they lost for the year.
Right.
Yeah. So they're just doing what they do, just chugging along. I think the trade they made with the Raiders to get Jacoby Myers in made a huge difference. It gave him another good wide receiver, a guy that can stretch the field. And it's really been paying dividends. Their running game didn't do much in this game here.
No.
ATN only had 28 yards. Lawrence had 25. But,
it was almost like when they picked Hunter, that big prospect, that they're like, oh, we don't need anybody else. We got him. And it's like, well, what happens if he doesn't, click right away? Who else you got? So then they did. I agree with you. They did the right thing going after somebody on the trade deadline.
Well, last year they had Christian Kirk as that number 2 receiver. Yeah. He's gone. So Brian Thomas has really not put up the numbers this year that he did last year. So maybe bringing Myers in will really help. But usually their running game is solid. And this week it didn't work for them, but they still won the game.
Oh yeah, it was
because Tennessee, as we've said over and over again, is just a ship adrift.
Yeah, you kind of just hope that Ward kind of like gets a little bit better every week and just try to get some experience in there.
All of them, for that matter. I mean, Tony Pollard excluded.
Pollard, I know.
The only guy that you recognize. Look at these names. You scroll these names, right? This is a young team with a lot of inexperience.
Yeah.
So, and I think getting rid of Callahan as the head coach was the right move. I don't expect them to keep McCoy next year. So they bring the right kind of young, innovative coach in who can help develop a lot of these guys. And they're going to need young coordinators too.
Yeah, for sure.
Young, innovative coordinators who can get the best out of these guys. Because to me, this is it's almost like a college team playing in the NFL.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. It's more like that.
There's no greater oxymoron than Tennessee Titans. Yeah.
I wonder how many years it's going to take to get these guys back into competitive.
They need Denzel Washington as their head coach.
There you go. There you go.
Remember the Titans. By the way, Mike Tomlin has a lower winning percentage in the postseason than Jeff Fisher. Just saying.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, here comes the
Bruce Bowl.
The Bruce Bowl, yeah.
We would like to take this moment to bow to you, Bruce Blue, colleague and friend, who picked the Carolina Panthers.
The best pick of the year so far.
And I remember I was texting him halfway through, and I kept saying, "Hey, the Panthers are hanging in there, Bruce."
Yeah. I was just waiting for the inevitable where the Rams just like
blow them out,
just go into the next gear, and then just
same
win by 10 or something like that.
Same, and the Panthers kept matching them score for score, and it got later and later, and it got down to like 4 minutes, and the Panthers were clinging to this 3-point lead, and I'm like, they might pull this off. Like, even if they didn't, to get to the 4-minute mark with a 3-point lead, I was like, that I'm going to give it, even if the Rams win in the last minute, I'm giving Bruce the win for having the Panthers. They were in it.
And the Rams were going in for their patented, last minute drive to win.
Yeah.
When
Stafford uncharacteristically throws a pick.
Oh, I thought he got strip sacked on the last.
Oh, he got strip sacked. You're right. He threw a pick on.
But going back to what you just said, that's why they were in that situation in the first place. He threw 2 picks this game, which is very uncharacteristic considering he only threw 2 picks the whole year.
That's right. He got strip sacked because I remember I texted you guys, "Holy crap, he got strip sacked." Yeah, that's right.
And he only had 2 picks in the entire year up until now. Yeah.
So he doubled his interception total in one game against.
Yeah,
middling Carolina Panthers, who
you're going to have a bad game sooner or later. It's not like
sometimes, though. We've seen the Panthers slowly growing before our eyes. Starting last year, they start 0-5-ish last year?
Yeah, that was horrible. Bad. And then towards the end, they
benched Bryce Young, and then he came back, and they were different.
And they started spoiling teams.
They had that shootout with the Falcons, and
that was a good game last year.
That was a great game, the Adam Thielen game. It just started snowballing for them, and then this year, like they beat the Packers, they beat the Rams. Like you're seeing, like they're going to that next level soon. These are victories that bring you to the next level. It gives the whole team the confidence. They know that we can hang with anybody in this league. And I just think next year, watch out for this team. And Dave Canales has done a great job under the radar. Nobody talks about Dave Canales and the job he's done in Carolina. But look what's happened since, I'd say, week 7 or 8 last year.
Yeah, you beat the two of the top teams in the division, the Packers and not division, conference, the Packers and the Rams. Damn.
Yeah. And when they lose, they're close losses. So the teams, Bryce Young is still, he's right there with Sam Darnold. Like, will he turn back into who he was, or is he going to keep going forward? This week, 3 touchdowns against no picks, look clean. And what helps too is this running game. Rico Dowdle, I don't think they counted on what they're getting out of him before the season started. They were going in as Chuba Hubbard's the main back, but Hubbard gets hurt. Dowdle comes in, puts up crazy ass numbers, and so now you got a 1-2 punch at running back.
Yeah, which was the success of Detroit last year and this year.
Exactly, and you're seeing other teams starting to kind of do that, get that 1-2 punch. The Bears being one of them with Ben Johnson. So yeah, hey, they took down the mighty Rams. That hurts the Rams big time.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it when I realized the Bears have the number 1 seed now.
Yeah, as Glinzer points out, the Bear. That's right. Everyone had that in their
incredible.
bingo. Yeah, don't I have my preseason picks? Let's see. Where did I put the Bears? Oops, 3rd place. Yeah, so there you go. 3rd place in the division.
I mean, I did pick them to go to the playoffs, but 2nd place. So
did you? Wow, look at you, Mr. Fancy.
But it was I didn't expect them to be the number 1 seed at this point. Jeez.
Yeah.
Who knows what they might do now?
So that was a huge win, Bruce. Man, like we said, if you end up tied with Edson at the end of the year, you're getting a bonus win.
Yeah, you definitely get the tiebreaker for sure. I would have to do some kind of ingenious pick to try to get that back.
What was the spread last week on that game? Like 12 and a half? It had to be up there.
I don't know. For some reason, 8.5 comes up, but maybe what it was.
Maybe it was 8.5. Only because the Rams were on the road. If the Rams were home,
yeah.
But the Rams were rolling. I mean, they looked like the best team and they still might be. But they proved any given Sunday. Any given Sunday.
I'm waiting to see if that's ever gonna happen to the Patriots this year.
It hasn't seemed to yet.
No.
I kind of thought Monday night against the Giants might be that game.
Right.
Yeah. All right. I had to spin the wheel. Glinzer's game.
Yeah, that was a good game. Ho hum.
Browns. Ho hum. Yeah. The Browns browned. They browned out.
Niners didn't really have to do a lot, probably.
No.
I thought it was going to be. I actually thought it was going to be a little bit more competitive because it was in Cleveland, and the defense would kind of just.
It was close in the first half, and then the second half, Shedeur Sanders turned into not Shedeur from last week, Shedeur from the week before, and he got benched. So he got pulled.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, just a lot of this game I think took place between the 20s. But what's his face? Myles Garrett got himself another sack. So I think that puts him at 19, right, for the year? Yeah, 19 sacks.
19.
So he needs 3.5 more to tie the record, 4 to break it with 5 games to go.
5 games to go. Wow. At least he still got some motivation in this season.
Yeah. Yep. So
considering Cleveland's not going to do much.
No, I know. Yeah, and 49ers just looks like they just had an efficient game.
Yeah, I mean, Brock Purdy didn't have awesome numbers, but he also didn't, throw in interceptions or give the ball away in any way. So that was good.
Yep. Just kind of pedestrian numbers, but enough that over 4 quarters added up to a total of 26. And the Browns just can't get out of their own way. And did you see, speaking of the Browns, they're bringing Deshaun Watson back to practice this week.
He's actually got, oh my gosh. He actually has a chance to see the field this year?
I think so. Bruce texted me and said, Deshaun Watson due to return to practice.
Wow.
I know.
Something will happen. No, I'm sorry. No, something's going to happen in practice.
Wait, wouldn't that be crazy? Bears Patriots.
He's going to trip over one of those, those tees that they put the ball on during kickoff. He's going to trip over one of those. And I'm sorry. He's not going to.
Well, the way the quarterback play they're getting, I mean, couldn't
I
hurt.
know. It would be good for him to do it, but
who on the Browns offense is the guy? I'd say Quinshon Judkins is the guy. The running back.
Yeah,
running back.
there you go.
Yeah. There is no other. I mean, Jerry Jeudy, but nobody can throw him the ball.
That's the thing. It would be Jeudy, but who's going to give him the ball?
And they have that tight end. What's his name? Njoku.
Oh yeah. Oh
And
yeah.
he's a really good tight end. All right, that brings us, and I forgot to put it on the wheel.
That's all right.
Because I already forgot to. We broke our promise that we're going to do Thursday. This
should be the last game to cover anyway. So
that's true. You're right. All right, I'm never putting it on the wheel. Thursday,
most recent game. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, a lot of people are like picking the Cowboys. The Cowboys were on a roll, but the Lions up against it, needing the win. I don't know. You just the only shocking thing about this was that the Dallas defense was this bad, like reverted back to their earlier in the season worst defense in the league type thing, as opposed to they just didn't stop them more. It's like I expected. I thought Detroit was going to win, but maybe by 3 points or something.
Yeah, I didn't know what to make of this game. Bruce picked the Lions.
Yeah.
Lately, I might just copy whatever Bruce picks.
Yeah. He seems to be on a roll. So
he's on a roll. I didn't. I was the way these two teams have looked in the last 3 weeks have been, divergent. Lions have looked very shaky at best, and Dallas has looked like a buzzsaw. And listening to the radio before the game, Detroit fans were really worried about this game.
Yeah. So,
not a lot of confidence in their own team at home, but I think they shut the critics up.
Well, they got Amon St. Brown. Everyone thought, is he going to play? Is he not going to play? Is he going to play at 50%? Right. Well, you pretty much got him at near 100% from the game I saw. Mm-hmm. That was one thing. You every time you have somebody like Gibbs, both Gibbs and Montgomery, you're getting a shot to win.
Yeah.
But I was shocked that it wasn't the Dallas defense actually did decent. Not great, decent against the running game, but their secondary just got they put no pressure on. That's the key here. You put no pressure on Goff, he'll just eat you alive.
Dice you up.
And the fact that they didn't put any pressure at all on him, I don't. When they had Mahomes running for his life, I don't know. Maybe the Detroit offensive line is just getting better again.
Maybe. Prescott played well despite taking 5 sacks.
He was good.
The big problem here was George Pickens decided to be Pittsburgh George Pickens.
Yeah.
This is 2 weeks in a row now. He's fumbled inside the red zone, by the way.
Yeah.
Dallas got it back both times, but
almost like if he doesn't get the touchdown, he's like, that's not
careless with the ball in down near the goal line for sure. That's 2 weeks in a row, really, and they're lucky. Turpin jumped on it last week, and this week a lineman jumped on it. And then after the game, he was fighting with Richard Sherman on social media.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, it looked like he mailed it in during the game.
Oh yeah. He he's a baby. He's a head case.
You wondered whether this would come out. Well, at some point this season. Well, there you go.
Yeah. Oh, he did. Richard Sherman.
He did.
Yep. And then Pickens went on social media and called him he said something to the effect of, you were nothing without the Legion of Boom, or you're a has-been loser kind of. You think someone who played the game would know what he's talking about, something like that. Either way, George Pickens is a zero. He is, and just amazing talent, no question. But what do they say? $1 million talent with a 10-cent head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be very. Yeah, that's. Yeah,
boy,
that was bad.
Jake Ferguson's really good. Yeah,
I would be. I mean, the Cowboys aren't going to do much after this for sure, but I'd be interested to see how that plays out the last 4 or 5 games with Pickens now. Whether he's just going to implode or just try to.
Well, he'd be stupid if he implodes because he's in a contract year.
Yeah, I know. And
he's been a Boy Scout up till this week.
Yep,
so
yep.
We'll see. And putting up the mad numbers, everybody in Pittsburgh's pissed off that they got rid of him because of the numbers he's put up. But let's be real, he wouldn't put those numbers up in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, and can you see the whole Aaron Rodgers Pickens thing? How that's going to go?
Oh, it would be a disaster. It would be the same as the problem with the Steelers is Mike Tomlin will not let them throw in the middle of the field. And you used to blame Matt Canada. You can blame all the offensive coordinators and quarterbacks you want. But the bottom line is, he says turnovers happen in the middle of the field. So their whole game plan is dump it to running backs or try to hit one long down the sideline occasionally. And that was the whole thing with Pickens. That's why he never got any real meat. They go over the middle out of necessity. And I think Aaron Rodgers late in that Buffalo game went over the middle to Washington twice.
Yep.
On his own. I think he was just like, we're trailing by 3 scores. Screw it. I don't care what Tomlin thinks. Which is what Roethlisberger used to do. So, they would play this shitty game, this dump off game, and then the fourth quarter they're trailing. Roethlisberger's like,
then he was just
screw it, doing what I want. Yep. All right, let me see. We got to get to the schedule and make our picks. Let's see, where are we here? Schedule. So I got Bruce's picks here.
Oh, okay.
Let me see. He sent them in last night.
Oh gosh, I gotta try to figure out what the heck I'm gonna do.
Let's see. So Bruce has, he even wrote Sports Dorks Week 14 on the top. He has Detroit. Of course, he has Green Bay over Chicago. Oh boy, I can just hear Chop and Josiah's head popping. He has the Ravens over the Steelers, Vikings over Washington, and Houston over Kansas City. Wow.
I actually like that.
Boy, that's small. You're gonna blow this up. There we go. All right. So that's Bruce's picks, and he's tied for first with you, so you get to go next.
I actually like that, Houston. No.
That scares me.
I know, because the Chiefs are up against the wall.
They are
I know.
Desperate.
Yeah. I keep going back and forth on this because, like I said, I can't figure out Atlanta, but this time I'm gonna pick because. Oh no, Seattle wasn't. Never mind. Never mind. I'll skip over that because who knows what's gonna happen. Atlanta might beat Seattle on that one. Never mind. I was having all right. Tampa Bay, they're not going to lose it at home. Tampa Bay over New Orleans. This is probably going to be the one where Colts turn around, but I'm going to go with Jacksonville anyways over the Colts.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
I know. Yeah, I agree with him. Houston over Kansas City. This will probably be a mistake, but Baltimore over Pittsburgh. It's like I didn't even plan ahead. All right, fine. I'll wind up losing it, but Seattle over Atlanta.
Wow. Okay.
hoping they won't. This might be the game that Seattle does what Rams did last year, but yeah.
So I'm curious. You said the Baltimore mistake because this would be a typical Tomlin thing.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
After looking like crap, they'll go and somehow win in Baltimore.
That's what I'm saying. It might be one of those where everybody's like it jumps on.
Yeah, Rodgers shouldn't even be there. It was a terrible signing. And by the way, the Steelers just cut Darius Slay, and they owe him $10 million still. That was another good move. Yeah, that's right. This is the last week with buys, by the way.
Oh, right. That's
late. Patriots, Giants, 49ers, and Panthers.
Maybe I won't have a hard time next time coming up.
Those are late bye weeks. Boy, I tell you. Okay, my turn. I got the Seahawks. You're right, they'll watch Atlanta pull one out at home. I got the Ravens. I got the Rams. That's LAR, not CAR. Rams. Like Panthers are on a bye.
Oh yeah,
That's over Arizona.
That's a good pick. That probably should have been because after they lost last week. Yeah, you're right. That was a good pick.
I also took Tampa Bay at home over the Saints, and I took the Broncos over the hapless Raiders. So there.
Yeah.
Take that. And I'll end up 0-5. Because that's the way it goes for me. All right. So we don't have Bruce, so he's not here to do his shout outs or his trivia. So that's it.
Yeah.
You got anything else?
Nope, I'm all set. Not very confident, but okay. Yeah, I'm good.
All right. Well, thanks for watching, everyone. Like, share, subscribe, and we will be back next week once again to see how we did and talk all things sports. Bye.
Enjoy the games.
The joyfulness is over.
Thanks for watching GeekTime TV. If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel. If you subscribe, make sure to check the little bell icon anytime someone from our network drops new content here. Want some GeekTime swag? Check out the merchandise available in the GeekTime TV store, linked in the channel description below. Share GeekTime TV with friends, and as always, thank you for your support. We'll see you soon.